Ohio State. Ohio State.
So let's say Ohio State win. Let's say Washington win, right? And you can have a whole bunch of one-loss teams. Who do you think they're gonna put in there?
Man, ACC champion getting in there. I don't care what you. Georgia out, whoever losing SEC out. Whoever losing SEC out, you ain't gonna put two SEC teams in, and you gonna leave an ACC team out.
I don't think that's what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
No, that's what he gotta be saying. Because it's still 4 spots.
I think they'll take Georgia over for Louisville if Louisville do win it.
I don't think so, right?
You think so?
Nah.
If Alabama, Georgia face an SEC championship game, Alabama win, you think they're going to leave Georgia out?
Yeah, they gone. They gone.
Think so?
They gone. They gone.
That'd be tough, boy.
They gone.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, it'd be tough.
They gone. How you gonna say we won ACC, but you gonna put?
I get it. I get it, dog.
You tripping, bro?
I'm just saying.
Why? Because we Louisville and I ain't got a fan base like Georgia. That's what you gonna tell me?
Bro, we done seen funnier things happen, dog.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
No, we done seen funnier things happen, bro.
I don't think
It's happened before.
I don't think they left for one loss ACC.
They left the Pac-12 out.
That's Pac-12. I'm talking about ACC. I'm talking about ACC. Pac-12 is different from the ACC.
I get it. I'm saying it's gonna be interesting.
Pac-12 is different from the ACC.
That shit gonna be interesting.
Man, you tripping. We'll see. I disagree. you ain't gonna change my mind. I disagree with you. We'll have to see. All right, you got your opinion. I got mine. I'm just saying. I don't believe that. I don't believe what you're saying. But I respect your mind, though. I respect your mind. I'm just saying. I just think if whoever lose out the SEC, if Georgia lose one game, they done. That's how I feel.
Yeah. How y'all ready?
Don't worry about it.
Huh?
We're gonna make sure that debate gonna happen too.
Let's get it.
We're gonna make sure that debate happens. Man, y'all only can do this song for 30 seconds, bro. All right, we're back for another episode of the Arguing Brothers podcast, fellas. How you doing?
We good in the building. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for being in the building. All 4 of us.
Well, there's only 3 of us. The other guy's on the phone, but I can't hear him technically because I don't have no headphones. But that's all right. Maybe I'll just read your lips through the through the monitor.
He talk loud enough.
I'll read your lips through the monitor because I can't actually hear anything. But so what's going on though, fellas? Let's start through the phone today. We got D on the phone. What's going on, brother? Hey man, you growing a beard or something, man? What's going on with that?
He got that Philly beard. He got that Philly patch.
It's pretty robust right there, man. I got you, man. I'll share some of my products, man. Some products that I use. Key, man, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, in the building, man. Another weekend. Birthday month.
Oh yeah. Your birthday's in a week, right? Yeah. 2 weeks, right?
No, next. 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's on. Shit. 1 week. Next Sunday.
Well, Thanksgiving is this week.
1 week. 1 week.
Next week. Sad season, baby.
Yeah, sad season.
Any plans?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the booth. You know what I mean? Celebrating all week.
I heard you going to Bayou Classic, right?
We're going to Bayou Classic, going to the Pelicans and OKC game. I got something planned every night. Going to Battle of the Bands. It's gonna be lit. Going to see my man Boosie Boo.
So listen,
Every night I got something to do.
if you're
It's
down,
a big birthday right here.
if you're down in New Orleans for Keon's birthday bash weekend,
Right.
just make sure he just give me the details what he's gonna do right now. Where you going again, big dog?
We outside, baby. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be at the Pelican game on Tuesday.
Okay.
No, Wednesday. That's Wednesday. I'm
Okay.
doing a bike ride on Tuesday on Canal if it don't rain. You know what I mean? That, people in New Orleans know about that bike ride. So, Thursday, Thanksgiving with the fam. Friday, Battle of the Band. Saturday, Bayou Classic. After party, Boosie Boo at the, I forgot what the spot right now.
Public?
Nah. But I'll come back to it. Then, Sunday, Super Sunday, we got the Saints and Falcons, Dirty Birds.
It's been a good one.
And then we got that second line on Super Sunday after the game.
Okay.
You got an eventful lineup planned, though.
Yeah, all week, bro. I'm gonna need a vacation after the vacation.
Jax on that.
Kids, can you make it through it?
I'm gonna try, dog.
Team no sleep. Team no sleep, dog.
All right, last but not least, man. Ray, man, how you doing today?
Man, we good, bro. It's always good to be in the booth as usual. Watching these damn Hurricanes play ball. Lord have mercy, Jesus. They gonna make me old before my time.
Well, I mean, you can't be stressing about out here playing. I mean, football or anything else. You're not actually on the field, bro.
True that, but
You don't play.
They get your emotions up, man.
You don't have any real sway on the game. You're just cheering at your house.
True.
Like it's not gonna change anything, man. The outcome of the game. So you need to let it go.
It's all good.
Go get your blood pressure up, dog.
Yeah, man. You should not go overboard for that, man. Make sure we get up in these topics today.
Got a full show today,
We
boy.
got a lot. All right, man. So first and foremost, man, we want to talk about some women's basketball. This is Key's favorite person in the world. Talks about LSU and women's basketball all day. Send us pictures, send us whatever, articles, everything that he can find, and we just talking about one game, right? So I mean, we'll talk about this beginning of the game, but let's get to LSU, man. Let's talk about what's going on with their situation they got going with Angel Reese, their team, the coach. I mean, it's a lot. The parents.
Mm-hmm.
Dante, man, give me your thought. Let's start with what you thinking about what's going on with LSU.
Everybody should have seen this coming. Sometimes when people, she had a good tournament. She got the money. She won the ship, and then she took it to another level. Now, I don't mind you, taking it because you won the championship. You should, get the money and have a good time with it and all that. But I think she got full of herself. And I think when all that money started coming in and, she started doing all these things, I think she forgot about the team. And I think she really more about her than anything else. And I think Kim Mulkey saw it too. That's why she like, yo, I'm gonna bench you because you're not performing. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not performing as a team player. And other people on the team saw it. And I guess that's why and it had to be done. Now, this is gonna be the thing. Can they salvage this? Because now you got two of your best players, moms going at it. Now they really done got too far. When the moms start going at it, I think that's when it's going too far. So Kim Mulkey got a problem on her hands with a team that she got a pretty good team, but at the end of the day, when you got that stuff going on, bro, you got to figure it out. And can Angel Reese put her ego aside and come back? Because the other young chick, RJ, she brought out. She brought out the past 2 games. So can y'all put your egos aside and get back to what y'all did last year to try to make it back to the Final Four or win the championship? Because if you can't, it's gonna be a bad season for Kim Mulkey. Because South Carolina coming, bro. South Carolina is coming, and they hanging 100 on everybody. Because now Dawn got what she needed. She got a score. She got a person who can jump shoot, and she ain't got the off the ball to the floor. They moving the ball up and down the floor. I don't even see LSU doing nothing with them. I don't even see it. So until Kim Mulkey get this situation straight, Angel Reese gonna have to put her ego to the side and suck it up. But if she don't, it's gonna be a terrible year for LSU.
Key, man, you know what it is. Go ahead, man. What's your thoughts, man?
Man, it just things happen, bro. When fame come a part of it. But look like it was stuff from last year, not even coming to this year. Hate to say it, bro. It's just when you're dealing with women, bro. There's a lot goes on trying to maintain. Especially when you got two people who been in the spotlight with Flage and Angel. But I thought she got benched. It wasn't even just coming in the game. I just thought when you bring in all these people who used to being the man on different teams, you got 4 people on that team that used to having a go-ahead. And I think she got benched from shooting at 3. That's when she pulled her. And I guess, sometimes you get caught up looking in the comments saying you need to do this, you need to shoot this, do something. Nah, on this team, yeah, you can develop your shot. But in the midst of the game, early in the game, you shooting 3, Moki wasn't having that. Like, we don't need that. We got guards who can knock down 3s. Play your strength. Hit the mid-range. Work on that. And I think, what I'm saying, she probably got in the comments looking what she needs to do. She don't do this. Other players do this. And, she might have to look at it too. Like, when back in the day when Wordy said, she might not even be the best player on the team right now. The old girl from Louisiana, the freshman, who can do it all. You know what I mean? So I blame, too, that take it too far. I blame the parents. The parents can't get caught up in that. You can't be on social media talking about nobody child. At the end of the day, they're kids. Kids gonna beef. Kids gonna do this and that. But when it get out of hand, when you got grown-ass women going at another person's child, I thought Flage's mother was wrong. I'm quite sure Kim Mulkey gonna check all that because she used to dealing with this. She used to having star power. This is nothing new. Like they asked her, what you gonna do? I'm just gonna coach. I've been doing this for over 30-some years. Yeah. It ain't my first rodeo. You know what I mean? So Angel still on the team. She's gonna have to check her ego. They're gonna have to, at the end of the day, when you win, ain't nobody gonna talk about this. Yep. It's gonna be a water under the bridge. There's a team coming together. You go win a chip, more money gonna come. And it's good for her because now fame a motherfucker. Yep. Hey, that's a drug, bro. And you know what I mean? That's something you high on. And I don't blame her for this all season partying, enjoying the chip. You know what I'm saying? That help her got millions of people and millions of dollars in her bank account. But when you come back, you don't have to be the man no more. You got help now, where plays might not run through you for a couple scratches. Go hit the board. And that's what Moki was mad at. Like she said, my team, one thing you're going to know about my team, they're going to rebound and play defense. But like I said, they're going to have to come together. I trust Moki. I feel like she's going to get a handle on this. If not, she'll be off the team. But if she want to come back, she's going to have to get in order. And I think she will, because at the end of the day, she don't want to mess that bag up. You got a lot riding on this season.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this when the off season. She was partying. Look, enjoy it, right? She's 21 years old.
Yeah.
You gotta enjoy it, man. Live life, but the main thing is the main thing. And when you don't perform on the court, that's the one thing people gonna say. See, well, she was out partying, she was getting her NIL deals and doing this and that, and not really looking at. She probably wasn't working on her game. But at the end of the day, she has to realize, and I don't even think it was, and I didn't see the game when she got benched. I just, read about it. It has to be something in practice. Like the leadership is what Mulkey's probably not seeing from her, right? Because when they played that first game, she had a double-double, a normal, right? They're just not playing well as a team. And like, so you got a lot of pieces you got to put in place, but that glue is Angel Reese. And if she's not bringing the leadership, not only just on the court, but in the locker room, at practice, I think that's why she probably didn't play last night. Right? Like, I think Mulkey is just looking at it like, I don't need you just on the court. We got enough to win, but I need you doing the other things. The leadership in the locker room, getting these ladies together, getting them ready, practicing hard, right? And look, we always talked about she needed to work on her game. Yeah, you can get a double-double, it's fine, but when you playing against a better team, they're not going to just allow you to just bully them and get in the paint. You got to be able to shoot the jump, a little 15-footer, 10-footer. And to me, I don't think she worked on that at all. It's a horrible shot. It's like she's just pushing the ball. But this situation is unfortunate, Brent. Like you said, you got the moms now involved. It just got way too far. But they got the right leader, Kim Mulkey. She is a no-nonsense coach. She going to get them right. Now, can they beat South Carolina? Who knows? We'll see when they play in LSU this season. But LSU got the right coach to get it right. And if not, Reese won't play, regardless if she's a star or not.
That was good, man. I wish I could have more to add to this, but it's really nothing else to add that you guys didn't already say. I'm not gonna say I saw this coming, but I did say something beforehand. Like, I just felt like she's not pushing basketball. She's not putting basketball forward first. And a lot of times she's forgetting. We got to remember that she is young.
Yeah.
But she has to remember that she's a student athlete.
If she's a student,
apparently, maybe she's not.
She's not on campus. She's online.
Maybe she ain't doing her work. I don't know. Oh, girl, mama said she ain't getting it done in the classroom.
Say the whole 2.0.
But she's got to remember she's a student athlete. And the thing that she has to also come to realization is people are excited about her because of the fact that she's a great basketball player. And without basketball, the identification won't be there. So all the things she's receiving, the other accolades, is really interesting from the fact that she plays basketball at a high level.
Yeah.
If she doesn't remember that and they take basketball away, she's just a student then.
Yeah.
And you become just like everybody else. Right? So that the NIL deals, the money you receive, all that was because you were a champion and you're a basketball player. You're a star basketball player. You got to remember that. You know what I mean? You want to be a social media influencer and receive all those different things. That's great. But 2 years from now, when you're not playing basketball and people feel like you don't have that same influence, right? They're going to move on.
Yeah. So
you got to remember that basketball and being a student should always come first. And she's gonna learn either the hard way or she's going to learn the easy way.
Yeah.
Now, the hard way is going through some of the things she's going through right now. That's a contribute to things being disciplined the way she is. But at the end of the day, if she just takes that and learns as a teaching moment, she'll be fine. She'll come back after the next game. They still going to lose to USC, South Carolina. They still going to lose to them, by the way. But she goes out there and she does her thing and she shows her value so that she is a leader. You know, it'll change things around. Yeah. People have a positive outlook on her again. And she'll end up going to the WNBA after this year probably. And she'll move on to her career. So this is a teachable moment for her, a teachable moment for the girls around, the ladies around her. The moms need to definitely stay off it. Please stay off of Twitter. Or X. Please stay off of X and Twitter. Like, come on. Like, you made this situation even worse because it could have just been just a discipline moment and everybody would have just been talking about it, but it wouldn't be so a big moment. Then the moms got into it. That gave now even more credence. Now everybody's really want to dive in it, and now they're going to try to dissect what's going on around. Yep. But she's going to learn. Maybe don't worry about wearing a crown at the beginning of the first game of the season coming out like that. I mean, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is getting this team rolling and getting this team back to playing top-level basketball because they've actually been competing against teams they should blow out. Yeah. That Kent State game was close. Yeah. Until that girl started putting them buckets in the second half. That game they were down at one point in the second half.
Southeastern game was
the Southeastern game. So they're playing against teams, and teams are coming at them with their best effort. And they want to beat them. They don't want to sit around and say, hey, we play well. No, they want to beat them. Yep. So they got to get it together, man.
And they need Reese.
They need her.
The freshman is nice, but you need that inside presence, the double-double that they're giving her. Because other than Reese, there's no inside presence.
Well, they got the sophomore, big girl. But
she's not offensive like Reese is.
She can finish around. But yeah, you need Reese to win a championship. That's what Kim Mulkey know. Yeah. So that's why she's checking her early.
Yeah, you got to get her right, bro.
And when you the champion, you the hunted. You're going to get everybody's best game. Ain't no, when they circling, when LSU come in town, circle on everybody trying to make a name. Look, it's time to me to make a name for myself. So that's what happened when you got the ring, everybody coming for you every night. So, absolutely. But yeah, I believe in Kim Mulkey though. I believe they're gonna write this shit.
She's gonna get it right. Yeah. She already showed that.
Yeah. And like you just said, everybody will come at you best ever. I was listening to the young lady that played for South Carolina. I think the one that the people were leaving open last year. All the way down to the Final Four and the point guard. And she brought up that in one of her interviews. She brought up the fact that she was like, I remember when we lost the Final Four and I wasn't shooting. I didn't have the best shooting night that I should have. I was passing up open shots and I wasn't playing. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But she just basically outlined the fact that, hey, we remember this and this is a revenge season for us. And she's putting out there that she's putting out to a lot of people. Like, we ain't playing this year. right? So I respect that. So that's how Angel Reese got to come into season 2. You know what I mean? She got to come with that same effort, that same frame of mind. Like, hey, listen, we trying to get it.
Yep.
So we'll see. I hope everything work out for her. Let's get into NBA discussion. I saw this the other day. I can't believe watching somebody put another grown man in chokehold in the NBA on the NBA in an NBA game. So we can start off with our fair and foul about the Draymond suspension. We can talk about just general what happened in general, but we'll start with the suspension right now. Don, to start us off, man, what was your thoughts on Draymond and him getting a 5-game suspension?
Bro, he should have got like 20 games. This is stupid, dog. Like, it's always something with Draymond every year. Like, and it be multiple things. I'm like, bro, why you even grab the man? You trying to break up the fight, you put the man in the chokehold. Bro, dog, can you just stay out of the way? Like, dog, he always put his team in bad situations. And I'm looking like, you know, why? I agree, you a hell of a player. But dog, you walk around like ain't nobody gonna hit you in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta leave people alone, bro. Stay out of the way. You hurting your team. You hurting your team. You know what I'm saying? You always suspended. You get technical fouls. You get suspended for that. Now you put this man in the chokehold. It's always something with you. I mean, it's not like you're giving the Warriors 30 points a night. You know what I'm saying? 15 rebounds. Come on, bro. Come on. And I just think they need to put the smackdown on Draymond and give him a 20-25 game suspension because he don't get it. He don't get it. So I just think 5 games is too short. They should have gave him 15 to 20.
Yeah, like he punched the man, dog.
But this is the thing though. You're the guy who always getting in trouble on that team. Like nobody else, you get suspended but him. And it's always something with him.
But clearly the Warriors don't really think too much of it because they wouldn't have re-signed him. Gave him a 4-year deal, $100 million, right? So they know who Draymond is, and it just come with the territory. And it hasn't hurt him to a point other than the championship with Cleveland getting suspended. I think it was like game 5 or whatever. But other than that, it really hasn't hurt him that much, right? But at the end of the day, fair or foul, I probably thought he was going to give him 10 games. It was a little excessive. And I think he did it because he don't respect Gobert. And you can tell the team don't even help him. Big cat around there behind Draymond ain't do nothing. Anthony Edwards ain't do nothing. Like, bro, you just going to let this man choke him for about 4 or 5 yards and they ain't even try to pull him off Gobert. Like, but I thought the NBA probably was going to make an example, give him 10. But, I mean, it's 5 is what it is. But Draymond has been Draymond, dog, honestly, dog. And I don't think the Warriors really worried too much, even though Steve Kerr will come out and say, well, it's out of line, this and that. But if you really thought it was a problem, you wouldn't have gave him a 4-year deal, $100 million. So you know what's going to come with that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be somewhere around that line, 5 to 10. Like I said, he didn't throw a punch. He was coming to take up for his teammate, you know. Was it excessive choking him? Yeah, it was. But, you know what I'm saying, that would make Draymond a great player, playing on the edge. You take that away from him, I don't think that's Draymond. I don't think he's going to be effective. And I think Golden State knows that because he's the enforcer on that team. Because without him, you look at that team as a soft team, a team that shoot jumpers, a team you can probably push around, bully around. So Draymond take on that role of being like, we ain't gonna have no disrespect. I'm the dude who's might have to get suspended, get a flagrant, to let people know ain't nobody gonna punk us over here. Mm-hmm. And like we were just saying about LSU, people come from Golden State because they are the dynasty of the NBA. So all these new players, when they play them, that game circle. And so Draymond know that. And without him being that, Draymond, he didn't make it to the NBA because of skills. He made it from playing on the edge, being rough, being physical. That's his game. So if you try and tell him chill out with that, I don't know if you get Draymond. I don't know if the Warriors win 4 rings if he ain't that guy. So he needs to be that guy for them to be successful because they don't have another guy like that who's going to do the dirty work, who's going to, you know what I'm saying, muck the game up a little bit, who ain't going to be pretty and step back threes and all that. So I don't have a problem with Draymond being Draymond, actually, because at the end of the day, they winning.
Yeah. Man, I thought he was gonna get 30 games. 25, 30. I really did. I really am disappointed in NBA. I mean, it's not even just about him making an example. Also, you gotta make an example across the league, of course. But this guy has had so many run-ins. How many games did Dennis Rodman get when he kicked that guy in the nuts?
But that's two different things, though.
No. But how many? It's not two different things. It's
excessive.
It's an excessive situation, right? Like he has the same type of history that Dennis Rodman has. The same type of histories, over the edge, beyond, doing the most, taking it past the point. And I'm looking at him like, bro, like at some point you got to make an example of this guy. I don't care if people don't respect Rudy Gobert or not, man. I could care less. That still does not mean you can go and do what you did as far as getting around, grabbing and choking that, putting him in a chokehold. That doesn't necessarily mean that's not correct. That's not whether you respect the person or not. You can't do that. So they should have made an example of him. They should have gave him more than Ja. Especially if Ja's doing stuff is off the court. Well, I mean, both was an image situation. It's a bad image on both sides.
Well, we done had that in the league. There's people getting choked, people getting punched, people getting.
No, but you'd have had a lot of. How many games? How many games Carmelo don't get when they punched dude and he backed up down the court? Did he get like 15, 20 games?
Yeah, I thought the NBA was gonna do a little.
Like they just scared that man a slap on the wrist for doing more. If you don't respect Gobert, that makes it worse.
Yeah, you could tell you don't respect him.
Hey, it makes it worse. That means that you can control yourself.
Yeah.
You want to make a point. Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
And you're right on this cities, because I feel like this. It's just like telling the kid, okay, you make the C's and D's in school, it's okay. Keep my kids just dumb. Instead of getting them some help. Y'all think it's okay that what Draymond is doing, he can keep doing it and the Warriors don't care. I blame the team. I blame them because he gonna keep doing shit, and when he really do something, then they're like, oh man, he need to be going for 50 or 80 games. Well, you should have handled this early in his career. You should have handled it before now. And when you really do something, then you gonna say, oh well, we don't release Draymond because he did this. But he's gonna do something else.
Shit, he going. They're not letting him go.
Nah.
He'll be on somebody else's team.
That's because that what make Draymond. He ain't getting in no stuff outside the field. Yeah, but I just think that's his game. Dennis Rodman and him. That's how they made it in the league.
Did he just punch what's her name last year?
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah, he did.
No, this is excessive. Like it's add the fact that he punched him last year.
Right.
Come on, man. You got to put a point to him. The NBA, bro, you gave Ja 25 games for doing things that was off the court.
Yeah, but after you talk to the, it wasn't even a week after he pulled the gun.
But did he talk? Did he not talk? Okay, so good point.
It wasn't even a week.
Do you think that the NBA and the NBA officials, whether it's the president, whether it's Dave, Adam Silver, what do you not think they sat down with Draymond after he punched Jordan Poole in the face and said, "Hey, bro, we need you to knock this off"?
I'm sure
they did.
So you don't realize.
I just don't think they looked at a choke more than they look at a punch. That's just my opinion.
I just think that is just one of those things where it just doesn't make any type of sense at all.
It looked great.
If you don't stress out the fact that you suspended people for punching people, you suspended people for different things. He didn't get suspended for the Jordan Poole. He just got the team told him to take the time off.
But when you was choking him, I don't think he was choking the way he couldn't breathe. I just think he had his hand around him, and then dude wasn't trying to. He could have came up out of it if he wanted to.
But it's the opposite.
He was just trying to sell it and make it seem.
But it was the opposite.
It was, but I'm just saying, and that's how I think the NBA looked at it. They ain't like he was choking him for dear life, like he trying to put him to sleep. You know what I mean?
He should have faked like he should have closed his eyes.
So what in translation? Okay, the NBA's are you giving them 5 games for the act? Are you giving 5 games for what? Because if you're looking at the situation where I just think the guy was just being, maybe acting, selling the choking. I don't know what it is. Then what are you doing? Why give him 5 games at all?
For the act of it.
Nah, man, you gotta get more than that.
Then he ain't let go either.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, but I think dude could have came out of it because he put his hand up and he selling it.
Yeah,
if he wanted to come out of it, he could have came out of it.
Not. He still probably they could have gave that man more games for that.
Yeah, I just thought
So Keith, Bryce is coming home bringing bad grades. You ain't gonna do
Yeah, of course. But
That's my point.
but I'm saying Golden State looking at it like that's how he make his living. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like, hey, if I know if my kid if he gonna get good grades by staying up all night with the music on, I ain't gonna tell him hey go to bed early and turn the music on. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. This is what make you successful to get good grades. Then I'm gonna let you get good grades that way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That dude is a problem, dog. That
He
dude is a problem.
it's just who he is, dog.
He can be it can be who you are. Listen. All right, let me give you another. Let me give you the best example. Do you got all of us have cars, right? We all drive. Can you go outside and drive 80, 90 miles per hour?
I wouldn't want to.
You're a fast driver, right? If you do that, right?
Depend on where you're at though.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. You're a fast driver. You go out there and the speed limit 70, and you want to go. You gonna go do 90?
Nah, I ain't gonna do 90, but
Right?
yeah.
Right? So that means all of us have rules that we have to abide by.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And when you don't abide by certain rules, it's supposed to be a certain level of punishment. You go ahead and put your arm around a dude and choke him, whether you're in basketball or anything. Man, you're supposed to get more than 5 games.
Yeah, I thought they would.
That man should got more than 5 games. So I thought the suspension was foul because he should have got more.
Yeah.
He should have got more games than that, man. All right, next up, let's talk about the Clippers. Russ said he was willing to move to the bench. D, what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, he wouldn't have had no choice. I mean, when he got James, I mean, I do think it messed up the chemistry, but Russ look at it from a standpoint like, you know what? No matter what I do, I'm gonna be put in the conversation. So I'm always to go to the bench, come off the bench, and hopefully I can get him a spark and keep it moving. So really, Russ being a team player, I respect that. Even though he started last year and he had a pretty good year with them and with chemistry with Kawhi and Paul George and the team worked well together. But I mean, I give it up to him. You know, you go from the starter to the bench. So I guess he got to look at it from this standpoint. You know, I got to do what I got to do to stay in the league. And I think, you know, he'll get a lot of shots. You know, because he's small. Like the Clippers are small. So I mean, he'll get his shot for the second team, and I just give it up to him. I'll just say that I respect what he's doing. You know, we going from a starter to the bench, but I think Russ, you know, I think he can do it. Now you asking James to do that? Nah. But for Russ, I think it's a good thing for him and to stay around on this team and to just keep it moving. I respect him for it.
Yeah, I think it was a good move for Russ and the Clippers. But at the end of the day, I think the Clippers going to be fine. They won last night against Houston, and Houston's a very improved basketball team. It just takes time, and it's going to be with how far they're going to go with PG and Kawhi. James is who he is. He's going to give you probably 15, 17, 8 or 9 assists. But the Clippers going to go as far as PG and Kawhi go, right? Russ is probably better for him anyway, because now he can have the ball in his hand more than being a starter. But at the end of the day, shit, who going to be in the crunch time? Last 7 minutes of the game, that's what all that really matters at the end of the day. But for Russ to take one for the team, I think it's going to help them overall. So Clippers going to be all right.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna help the team because I don't think they're gonna do nothing. At the end of the day, we done saw this move. It's time to break up this team, move on, unless they just want to sell. They're gonna get in the probably a play-in tournament, maybe win a game in the play-in tournament home first round.
Think they're going just to play in?
Yeah, they're going to just play in.
Wow.
They ain't, West too deep, bro. And I don't see them winning over 50-something games to be a top 4 team because we all know Kawhi gonna miss games. We all know PG gonna miss a few games. So it's good for him to be a team player, but would it help them? No. So it's gonna be Clippers. Clippers do what the Clippers do.
I mean, for me, man, I actually didn't understand why he chose to be the person to go to the bench. I thought it'd be better off for James to go to the bench because James tends to be the. James been in that role already before. He was very successful. OKC James, he came off the bench, led that second team, and really honestly propelled his career to what he is today. Like we're looking at James Harden for what he is today, based off the Houston James Harden, but that started in OKC. when he was able just to be a very offensive, I won't say dominant, but definitely an offensive weapon coming off the bench. I thought he should have did that here. That should have been his key. To me, that's the only way he's gonna stay in the league. He's not gonna stay in the league any other way. The way he plays, his style, is gonna get him kicked out the league, for sure, right? Because he's not that 30-point scorer anymore. Yeah. So to stay in the league for me with James Harden is to go on the bench and become the sixth man of the year again, right? And I think that's what he should do for this team. I think he would have been a hell of a weapon coming off the bench. And I just couldn't understand why Russ. It already shows that Russ, the way he plays, coming off the bench for Russ is not conducive to his skill set, right? It's just not. It doesn't work for him. But James, I thought it would be great for him to do that. And so I think he has that Allen Iverson syndrome, where AI, when he went to Denver, or he went to certain teams, he was like, "Hey, I ain't coming off the bench." Yeah. Right? That's what ushered him pretty much out the league because he wouldn't come off the bench. But I think that would have been great for James, man. So, kudos for Russ for taking the decisions to help the team. But I mean, it's bad play by James, being that he just does not understand that at this point in his career, he needs to be more flexible and understand what it would take to win, and not worry about his numbers and stuff like that so much. So, yeah, I was kind of annoyed that he didn't take that leap and get back off and came off the bench like he done when he was at LKC. That James understood how to win. That's how they got to the finals. So we'll see how it works out, man. Let's talk about the Warriors a little bit. Got a lot of injuries going on. Not the Warriors, excuse me, the Suns. Suns got a lot of injuries going on. And Bradley Beal's supposed to be out for the next 3 weeks. So let's talk about that. D, start us off again. What's your thoughts on on the Suns? I keep saying the Warriors. What's your thoughts on the Suns and what's going on with them as far as this part of the season?
Man, it's a tragedy. It's a real tragedy. Because you got Booker and KD putting in, you're trying to get some cohesiveness with the team, and this dude still hurt. I mean, they knew he was kind of injured when they traded for him, but they didn't think it was this bad. I mean, Beal was just spilling money. He's just spilling money. And I just think right now, it's a bad trade for both teams because the Wizards ain't doing nothing. I mean, the Suns surviving, but they're going to need Bradley Beal. They're going to need him to win the championship. And the rate it's going to be real tough on them. That means KD, he injury prone. Booker's starting to get nicked up a lot during the season. So, I mean, they need Beal to get himself together. Because if KD go down, that means you leave Booker. It ain't like you got some other superstars around them. You got a whole bunch of role players. So I just think, I don't know. I really do believe Beal is done. I think his career is done. And the Suns is in a bad situation with this. Because, you done got traded and you ain't played a game? You have not played a game?
You played what, 2 games? He played a couple. 2 games.
2 games. Okay, 2 games. You played 2 games, and now you out 3 more weeks?
At least.
Like, come on. At least. And I say at least. Bro, that's tough. And you know how KD, he get nicked up. It's not like he a spring chicken. And, Booker pretty young, but he getting nicked up with ankles and soft tissue injuries. Bro, you ask me to do a lot while you on the bench, bro. And it's tough. So I just think they're going to have to reevaluate this situation.
Sad boy career is done. I think I don't know. His career ain't done. He's fucking not even 30 yet, dog. So it's just one of those things where, like, they got to survive until he back, bro. If you got Booker and KD, you feel like you got enough. But you don't want to keep losing too many games because, like you said, the West is deep. And you don't want to be in that situation trying to face the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed and you're a 7 seed. It's a tough hill to climb. So hopefully, Bill can get ready by Christmas, hopefully, and be back and they start to get the rolling. Because once all 3 on the court, bro, they're going to be a walking 120 easy, right? They're going to score a ton of points. But, they losing cohesiveness. But I think by Christmas, I think they're going to be fine. They just can't lose too many games by the injuries. And I think they'll be fine, bro. They'll probably be at least a top 6 seed. I think they'll be fine.
When they made the trade, I said it was a bad trade. I don't see this working out because, unlike Donovan right now, Booker done missed by 2 weeks this season. KD done played all games. And you running him in the ground like he 23, 24. And we all know when you get older, miles and miles on your body, eventually something gonna happen to him. And at this point, like Bill, you missed all last year. You ain't probably played 20 games with the Wizards. I went to them games, most of the games. Like he ain't even played last year. You supposed to came in the season healthy. Yeah. Like it's something really going on with him. With Donovan, it's something really going on with him that it's not his body is not allowing him to play. Because you just played your first 2 games, like, was it last week?
Nothing was wrong, look like.
And then you was on a restriction minutes then. And now you need 3 more weeks. And like at this point, I wouldn't have traded for him. I know it looked good on paper, getting another score they needed. But to me, they should have just got a bunch of more role players. And I just don't see this season being successful for Phoenix. I really don't. If you got to depend on this guy to get healthy, to come be your third main scorer. I just don't see this season being successful because they're relying on this dude to get healthy and give you another 20 points. Because they're already lighting their ass on big men. Yeah. And now you ain't getting a guard play you thought you was going to get. So, yeah, I don't see this season going nowhere for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait through. I'm gonna reserve my judgment until maybe mid-season. It's not looking good when he needs 3 weeks after already being out at the beginning of the season. Yeah. So all of a sudden say, hey, I need at least 5 weeks to get the season. To get myself going. It's gonna be very interesting to see how this works because, as you stated before, he missed most of last year. KD, when he was in Brooklyn, wasn't always the most healthiest athlete. He missed time, and we saw what happened when he came out from the Warriors. He missed that next entire year. So you have your 3 main stars have had a lot of injuries throughout their careers. Even Booker's had some injuries throughout his career. So like, what's next, man? And you spend a lot of capital for those guys. Yeah. So you can't get younger and better. You're gonna have to kind of work through this so you can see what's gonna happen. And it's got to be a timeline to this. It can't be something you're thinking like, oh, this is going to be, we can give you 2 or 3 years. Absolutely not. KD's, on the back end of his career. So they got to figure something out fairly soon. But like I said, I'm going to wait to really, really get my judgment mid-season. Around January, February, so that because he may come in the next few weeks and be, and make some and may be finally healthy and they may look really, really good. Yeah. And so there's chance that it can happen, but man, it is tough to see the fact that he has all these injury histories throughout the year, throughout these years, man. He wasn't always healthy with the Wizards, as you stated, Keon. And so it's gonna be tough how they're gonna be moving forward.
Yeah, and like KD had to go off last night and play big minutes, to win against Utah. Yeah. So it just
and another thing, it's never gonna be an easy night in the NBA, especially in the West.
In the West, because KD averaging 30, and they just bad, but Booker to miss a lot, and they were just 500, maybe 1 or 2 games over 500. Yeah, that's you putting a lot of loads on a 30-some-year-old who injury prone and self fragile. Yeah,
KD looking like Iron Man right now.
Yep. All right, man. Let's get into the Pels. Let's talk about some Pels in basketball. Key, you better go see him next week. Yeah. All right. We'll start with you on this one. Should the offense run through Zion?
I just think I like him being the point forward, the point guard, running the offense, creating the ball handler. But it's just the thing with the Pelicans, man. They just can't stay healthy. That's their issue. It's always somebody hurt. I don't know yet have they had everybody on the court at one time. Like right now, you've got the little speedy dude out there, the Stiller dude. Alvarez. He can take a little load and run the point guard eventually. But I like when Zion at the point do creating the offense. I do like that because it's a mismatch. I do like running the offense through him because you can't put a guard on him up there, and then you try to put a big on him up there. He too fast because he was getting and what they call him a great defender. What's my man, Gordon? Cool. For Denver last night. Oh, yeah. He couldn't do nothing with Zion last night, just going downhill, because now you get him downhill coming downhill. And Zion got good handles for his size and, being a big guy, a good passer. But I like JD running offense through Zion because, what I'm saying, Ingram can get his off the ball. You can post Ingram up on the block. Zion more, you ain't telling him to go on the elbow and dump it down to him and go to work. To me, when he got space coming downhill, he kind of like you can use him like a LeBron or someone like that can, give him a pick. You come down, you got to collapse the defense. You got to build a wall like a Giannis. You got to build a wall when he get in that tee or that paint, and then he'll good passer to kick it out. But I just want to see the Pelicans get healthy, man. I think they can be a problem in the West if they got their whole team. I mean, everybody. Because I like the boy that came from UConn. I didn't know if he was going to be that good in the league, Hawkins. Angel Reese cousin. He really balling this year. I really like his game. He can shoot. He can play D. We come from UConn, right?
Yeah.
That was a great pickup. And just the dude from Alabama, we all know his game now. Jones. So I just want to see them healthy. I think if they all can stay healthy, like mid-season, get healthy, like make that run all-star. And I do like running Zion being the point, creating the offense. I think they can be dangerous in the West.
I think it should be more of a two-man game with him and B.I. I wouldn't put the ball in his hand to run a point because I think it takes away his effectiveness and explosiveness. I think they need to run more plays where we get him at the rim. Like getting him some easy shots, get him on some duck ends, from a pick and roll standpoint. But like I said, the health is the major point with the Pels. It's been like that for the last 5 seasons. Like every year we talk about how they get off to a fast start. They look good. They got all these pieces, and they always break down. Right? B.I. gonna end up missing about 20 games. McCollum now out for indefinitely. Like they just can't catch a break to stay healthy. But if they can get it all together around All-Star break, they're gonna be a dangerous team. But I would run more two-man, get Zion moving. He should never go a possession without touching the ball. And when I was watching the other game the other night, there were possessions where he wasn't even touching the ball. And I'm sure that's why he's probably more frustrated than anything. But I would run a lot more two-man with him and Brandon because Brandon can get him the ball off the move and get him to the rim. And I think just speed the tempo up, too. I think that also will help him out.
D-Man.
Thank you. That boy taking the number 2.
Well, maybe we should go on mute, man.
Don't be fussing the toilet, man.
Ray, why don't you put him on mute?
Nah, he good. He can't hear.
He's on mute?
Yeah, he can't hear. He's on mute.
Okay.
I'm good.
He's not.
Well, he took it off mute.
I just took it off mute.
Yeah.
I think the Pels, like you said, they gotta get healthy.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Zion, he need to keep doing what he's doing, but not just. I think if you're gonna run the offense through him, it got to be from the post, and let him play the backs if the backs are straight up. But like he said, they injured, and like I said, they've been injured every year, and it causes them to get behind and then have to catch up when it's they get to the second half of the season. And I think, if Zion can stay healthy, that's gonna be the big thing. If he can stay healthy and play the whole season, when everybody comes back, I think there will be a problem if he can stay healthy. But I'm kind of worried now when everybody else get hurt. When is he gonna get hurt? Because you feel like it's gonna come sooner or later, and then he's gonna be back into that same point again of, man, I don't like it here. I'm ready to go. This ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? So if he can stay healthy and everybody else get the ground beneath their feet, I do think they can be a problem because when he's on the floor, that guy gives you buckets. He gives you good defense. You know what I'm saying? He gets to the rack. He can shoot the jump shot. He doesn't get to any shot that he want to get to. So I just need for him to stay healthy and the rest of the team get healthy, and I think they could be a problem for somebody in the West.
Yeah, it's a long season. I mean, and there are going to be some adjustments. And yeah, could it be adjustment? Could be running the offense through Zion a little bit more point forward. Sure. Why not? You need to figure out what style of play you want to have as you keep moving forward with this team. Injuries have been the reason why they haven't had so much consistency. I mean, that's really been the issue. They just haven't really been a real consistent team because the injuries have been such a detailed problem. So, once they finally have a full, healthy lineup, then we'll see. Maybe they can do that more with Zion. I think maybe having the ball in Zion's hands coming down the stretch will help more. because I think Bi and what's my man CJ, they both can play off the ball. They're very good at playing off the ball too. They don't need the ball in their hands to score the basket. They can play out the ball, catch and shoot, and then also create offense for other people. So those are things that are going to happen. But I mean, listen, the good thing is Zion should see that they got guys, especially you talk about the guy Hawkins who comes off the bench. They got guys who is playing well, and it says a lot about their team that they can utilize later on down and later on in the season. And that's what you want to do. Now you're trying to really build out that talent. You just don't want to get so far down in the standings. Because, Dallas Mavericks is not slowing down. They're playing well.
The West deep, man. The West is deep.
Hey, so it's a lot of good teams in there, and so they just need to figure it out, take some type of path. But at some point, man, they still trying to understand what type of team they have. So just give Willie Green some time. I think he'll figure it out eventually. He's shown to be a very good coach. Mm-hmm. Let's give us some thoughts real quick. D, give me your thoughts really fast. We don't want to talk about this too long. You're a little long-winded. Give me your thoughts on Zach Lavine and where you think he should go in a possible trade.
To the Lakers.
Okay. Said Lakers, huh?
The Lakers. I think that'll help them out a lot. I get him another scorer and a guy who can, can have the ball in his hand, but also get to the basket, and he can play without the ball.
Okay, so you said Lakers. Q, who do you think you should go to?
I'm gonna say the Lakers. I would, if I can package him and try to get DeRozan, because DeRozan a free agent next year. He ain't gonna stay in Chicago anyway. So if the Lakers can try to put a package together for him and DeRozan to come to the Lakers, I don't care if you gotta send AD home. And like another piece, because they're gonna lose DeRozan next year anyway in free agent. So if I'm the Lakers, I'm the organization, I'm reaching out trying to get a deal for him and DeRozan.
You giving up Reeves and Rui?
Like I said, I would. I give up AD. You want AD too? For Zach Lavine and DeRozan, and you keep Rudy and Reeves and this and that, and you bring them two, I'm good. You know what I mean? But if I'm the Lakers, I'm trying to get him and my man DeRozan, because like I said, DeRozan gonna leave him anyway. So you might as well get something with DeRozan while you can now, because I think he's a free agent next year.
Yeah, I think it'll be a perfect time for Miami to strike. They missed out on Dame. I think this would be a good time to get that elite scorer that can help Jimmy. Tyler Hero's doing well, but Lavine is just too special. When he's healthy, dude's special, though. So if I'm Miami, it'll be my move.
Now, who you going to have to give up? Because, any team that gets Zach Lavine, you got to give up one of your better talents.
They're going to want it.
I said, if I can get him and DeRozan for AD,
you do it for AD?
If I can get...
Come on, man.
Listen what I'm saying. If I can get those two, DeRozan and Zach Lavine for AD, buy AD.
You're losing a lot of defense, dog.
I'm gone.
Now your whole team balance is going to change. You ain't winning nothing.
I'm not gonna win nothing with AD. I'm not gonna win anything. I know that now. You're not going to win a championship with AD. It's not going to happen.
I think you being too critical.
No, I'm not being too critical, bro.
There's no way.
He keeps showing you. What else he got to show you? When you give me 9 points, bro, like ain't no way ever this dude should get 9 points in an NBA game.
I feel you.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
Embiid, Jokic, the Greek, they never getting you 9 points. And you on that level.
I think you're being too critical. I don't think you're gonna trade those two type of players, that type of talent. You're not gonna trade that type of talent for Zach Lavine and
DeRozan. Yeah, because they giving me the same points and they playing every night.
Yeah, but like that's now you don't have no interior defense.
Well, no, you still got Hayes. You still got I'm just saying for rolling, blocking shots, and rebounds.
Zach Lavine, LeBron James, and DeRozan team is not beating anybody.
And you still got Rudy. You still got Rudy. You still got and AD and LeBron team ain't beating nobody.
Well, then maybe not, but this team ain't gonna beat anybody either.
And I'm looking for the future. I'm looking for the future of the Lakers, because that way you get off AD now. I'm looking for the long haul. I'm looking for the future too. Because next year you got more money to go get somebody. Because right now, the LeBron and AD combo, We just squeezed all the juice out there. We got a ring all that, and we good. And as a Laker fan, you're about trying to build a championship team. And AD ain't it, bro. Because you're not going to build with him in the future. LeBron probably got another year. So if you can get those two, and then, you know, try to build other pieces to go around them, you know, in the trade deadline too, to try to make a run. Because I haven't seen enough from AD, bro. It's time. It's time to move on.
All right, man. We'll see. All right, man. Let's do some college football pick'ems. Right. Let's get started off really quickly. We'll go around the table here. We'll start off with Ray, myself, DSprings, and Key. You'll end it off. All right. So Grambling versus Southern, battle of the Bayou, Bayou Classic. 3 and whatever Grambling is.
Nah, bro, we got 5 wins.
Okay.
We actually got a shot for the SWAC championship game.
Sure.
A lot of scenarios.
A
lot of scenarios.
And Southern's just fired coach.
Yep.
Dude, can you put him on mute?
Doesn't matter though. He has to be on mute. But go ahead.
Grambling versus Southern. So, Ray, start us off. Who you got, man? I'm pretty sure we know.
I got Grambling. I think the running game is going to be really huge. We got one of the better running games in the SWAC. We just got to use it. Like, our quarterback is nice, but he forces passes and coverage. He only going to go one read and then check it down. But I think we got to lean on the running game. They fired Dooley, so Southern may come in with a little more excitement. But, yeah, I got Southern. I got Grambling winning.
I got Southern. Moving on. Keon, who you got?
Who winning the battle? I don't know. Who lead the Bayou Class?
50th, so Southern up by 1.
I think I'm gonna go Southern too.
Man, you're a homer.
DSprings, who you got?
Give me Grambling.
Smart man.
That ain't a good move at this point in time. You probably your coach is thinking you were going to just win. I know it's a rivalry game. I think Grambling beat them in a close.
Oh, they did that because Grambling stinks. All right, so next up, Tuskegee versus the granddad. That's what they call this class, the granddaddy of them all. You know, the Turkey Day Classic. Tuskegee versus Bama State. Big Bama State, baby.
Say Big Bama State.
Big Bama State. Ray, who you got?
I'm going to go with Tuskegee because I need Alabama State to lose because of all these different tiebreakers. So that's who I got. I got Tuskegee winning.
Why would you need Bama State to lose?
Because if we win, Alcorn loses. It's a crazy scenario where we can still make the championship game, but we need y'all to lose because we lost to y'all. So we need y'all to lose. We need Alcorn to lose.
You need us to lose to Prairie View.
Whenever y'all lose.
Because it's not a conference game.
Right, so whenever y'all lose to PV, if y'all play PV, like we need y'all to lose.
No, we play PV today.
Yeah, so yeah, we need y'all to lose today. Right, It's a crazy scenario, though. I'm even surprised if the scenario is even possible because it can fall into a 3-way tie, and the head-to-heads, and it's shit crazy.
So who's leading that? Who's leading on that side?
So right now I think it's Bama State if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, do you even know what you're talking about?
It ain't us.
What are you talking about?
On our side of the West.
You the SEC West. We're not the SEC. I mean, we're the SWAC West. We're not in the SWAC West. We're in the SWAC East.
Yo, wherever it is, like I know FAMU going.
Yeah, FAM's already won the division.
Yeah, so it's a 3-way tie, but it's either you, us, or either Alcorn State going.
Are you listening to what I just told you?
I'm telling you, dog. That's what the scenario
Listen,
was.
Are y'all in there with
We're
FAMU?
not. We're in the same division as FAM, so we
so
can't go.
they can't.
Like we can't go.
So between y'all, Southern and
It's
Alcorn.
between the 3 teams in the SWAC West,
Yeah.
It's
which
crazy.
is I think it's like Prairie View, Grambling,
And Alcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between those 3.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like
that crazy scenarios.
It's not. We ain't got no bone in that fight. If we beat Prairie View, we keep them out.
Yeah.
If y'all win, y'all do something. But we ain't got nothing. We ain't going. 0.
It don't matter who go anyway. Shit,
Yeah.
FAMU gonna walk everybody, bro.
I mean, they've had some really. They've had some real close games.
They're looking good.
They haven't walked through people. They beat some teams. They you know what I mean. But I think Southern took them late. I know we did. So it's a lot of different teams. But you know, good luck with y'all. Back to what I was just talking about. The granddaddy of them all classic. Key, who you got?
I'm gonna go Alabama State.
Good choice, man. Wise man. DSprings, who you got? Yeah, man. Wise man. Big Bama State is our home. Is in Montgomery. I ain't even gotta say who's gonna win the game. Because I know who's gonna win the game. And shout out to all the Eagles, the Tuskegee fan base, my sister, my little brother.
That what they call Eagles?
Good luck to y'all. Y'all don't, because y'all don't lose again.
They call them Eagles?
Hey, you know the Skeegees.
The
The Eagles.
Skeegees.
The Eagles. All right, man. Let's get into NFL discussion real quick, bro. Thursday night recap. Let's talk about that first. The Bengals. We saw what happened. And, I mean, great game by Lamar. Pulling it out. A lot of injuries happened. Mark Andrews. Let's talk about, let's focus on the Raiders part first. And Key starts out right here. What is your thoughts on Mark Andrews being going to basically be out for the rest of the season?
That's gonna be a big deal to the Ravens because that's like Lamar's favorite target. That's a security blanket. You can see the frustration he had when he went down. He been with Lamar for the longest. They're in Baltimore, so it's gonna be a huge blow because now Lamar gonna have to improve on his deep ball now. He been having a hard time hitting that deep ball with Odell and them, giving that timing down and the other speedy receiver. He missed a couple in the Cincinnati game, a couple in the Pittsburgh, in the Cleveland Browns game that could have, stretched the game out more. So it's gonna force him now to actually build that core with Odell and the other cat. Odell had a good game on last Thursday, but it's definitely, going through the playoffs, making that run, they definitely gonna miss him. Because like I said, Lamar definitely is comfortable having him in the offense, hitting that tight end when everything folds. So it's gonna be huge, man. To their passing game, just like you said, having that tight end presence, coming back through that check, you got him. And dudes just find a way to get open all the time. So they definitely gonna miss him. That's a big blow for their offense.
All right, what's your thoughts on the Ravens?
Yeah, it was a big blow, but I think they got enough. I think now the last few games you see Odell getting more comfortable with Lamar. He's getting more involved. And I like the kid Likely, the backup tight end. He has the talent. He showed flashes last year when Andrews went down. He just needs to be consistent. And, but when you lose your safety blanket, your most trusted power receiver, it'll be an adjustment. But I think getting Odell going these last few games, I think that's just going to help their offense a little bit more. And look, they got to probably get the ball more to Zay Flowers. Like, you can see that kid is electric, dog. Dude is fast. He showed he got hands. But it's a big blow. Like, he's a Pro Bowl tight end, so it's not going to be like you can say, oh, I'm not going to miss him. But it's going to be a big blow, but I think they're going to be fine. They're going to run the ball a little bit more possibly. But, yeah, they're going to be fine. I think they'll be all right.
D, man, your thoughts, man?
I think this is where Likely got to step up. And I think, like you said, Odell's starting to get comfortable with Lamar. Duvernay, the kid from Boston College. Zay Flowers. I think now it's time for them to really put it on Front Street. But I think Baltimore need to run the ball more. That's their identity. Now I do think the passing game can be a lot better. Like he said, Lamar missed out on a lot of chances hitting the deep ball. But I think now you're going to see the maturation of Lamar for it being even a better quarterback than what he is now. And I think they need to stop that running. And Lamar got to be smart and just throw the ball out of bounds. Because he ended up, hurting himself, holding on the ball too long, and then dude tackle him out of bounds. He got a little dinged up. So he's gonna have to be smart, and I think he got to get rid of the ball quicker. Don't sit there and hold the ball all day, dancing around. If you see that first read open, hit him. Because that's what's gonna happen now. Because people know that Mark Andrews ain't around no more. So now we might play a little bit of zone, we might play a little bit of man to make him get rid of that ball and to do what he needs to do. So I just think the offense can be, I think they can get it done, but I also need to be on that running game too. Gus Edwards and the other guy, they get average like 4 and 5 yards, and then you go away from it and make Lamar throw the ball even more, especially when they get down in the red zone. Man, lean on that running game. That's what you've been doing. But I just think that right now it's a big loss. Andrews was that guy. Like he was that guy. But I think Lamar has been overcome this with the guys they have around him. And if they lean on that running game a little more, it'd be even better.
Yeah, I agree. Big loss, but this should be the opportunity for Lamar to show what he is as a passer. You provide those 3-4 different weapons Aguilar, Bateman, OBJ, Flowers. You went and got all that talent because you want to see this guy take that next step. And, you know, Andrews, especially towards the red zone, has been his biggest target. But now he's going to have to figure something else out. And he's going to have to put more arrangement in his game. And we should see the growth of Lamar as a passer, as a quarterback. This is the next steps. This is the evolution. This is what we want to see. I hate that Andrews have to be Andrews going through an injury like this. The dude's a tough competitor, great tight end. But man, this should be opportunity for Lamar to take that next step. And I want to see him ascend. If he does what he does and utilizes his weapons, play good football, and the defense is playing well, this may be a chance for him to make that Super Bowl run. Yeah. So I want to see what happens in moving forward. Let's talk about the Bengals, though. We saw what happened with Joe. Key starts off again. What do you think the chances of the Bengals be making the playoffs, knowing that Joe just is out for the season?
Yeah, I think I got zero chances of making the playoffs. He's just the heart and soul of that team. Even he fueled the defense. They feel like they got a shot every chance they play when they got him back there. They got the toughest schedule the remaining of the season in the NFL. You already done lost 3 division games. You damn near got to go perfect or win at least probably the next. Only probably 1 or 2 more games. You got probably at least got to get the 11 wins to make the playoffs. So yeah, I just don't see them making it this year. And it could be a good thing for them. Like you can get you a high draft pick, get you another O lineman, tight end or something in the draft that could protect your future. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you still, you know, you're improving on your line, but it still ain't there to where he's taking these hits and putting his body in danger. But definitely zero chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not making it. I mean, Browning, you know, they don't have a good enough running game to lean on the running game to help Browning. Their game is made around these 3 receivers, mixing in the passing game. They say the division is tough, even with Cleveland, you know, losing Deshaun. Just the Ravens playing too well. Even the Steelers are playing well, you know. And the AFC is just too deep, but zero chance. It's unfortunate Burrow missing another season. But yeah, it's unfortunate. They're not going to make it. It's a wrap.
Yeah. Go ahead, D.
It's a done deal for them. Yeah. And for me, I think Joe was hurt before he went into that game. He just never said nothing about it. You know, I think he was hurt before going again. And I'm just like, come on, Cincinnati. Like, you know, you putting your main guy, this guy that you done paid a whole lot of money to at risk. If anything, they should have just sat him out. I know it's a prime time game, but at the end of the day, you need Joe.
But he was hurt. But he was hurt before the game. Before the game started, yeah. Daniel. Why would they send him out?
Well, I mean, if you hurt him, why would you put him in there?
Well, what are you going to keep him from? But quick question. What are you going to, if he's injured or not, right? If he's injured to severity that you're saying that that your observation, right? Then playing him, what's not playing him going to do?
Well, at least you might have a chance on that. Like you can win the last couple of games. You sit him out this game, you got a tough schedule. You know what's coming down the pipe. You might take an L on this one, but you might run the table on the last couple of games left in the season.
But if the injury is a nerve, if it's a nerve problem to his ligament, what's that? How's that going to help him? Whether he played that game or he played game 17, what's the difference? It's injuries. They could have saved him the game 17. What's that matter? How's that going to change anything?
He was looking good.
I mean, hell, he was looking good up to that point. I mean, they were playing well. They were winning up to that point.
Yeah, because he was looking good the whole game. Even after the pass, nobody hit him.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a non-contact injury, and if it was an injury already,
but he showed up with a sleeve thing on his wrist.
He could have had that injury. Like let's say, like I said, it could be week. Let's say it's week. Let's say they held him out to like in 3 weeks from now. Is the injury that's could have happened even then either? So what's the difference?
And them ligaments ain't gonna get him healthy.
Like he needed surgery.
Yeah, it's just weird.
So maybe he thought he can play through that. Maybe it happened already. He thought he can play through it, but he needs surgery.
Damn, that shit just happened.
So I don't see how holding him out was gonna do anything.
True.
I mean, they were in a tough spot regardless because I think they had already lost like 3 division games.
Well, they needed to win. They needed to win Thursday night. Was a must win.
Yeah, it was a must win. But I think they were already had lost 3 divisions. I think they already lost to the Ravens.
They had lost 2 already.
They already lost the Ravens and the Browns.
Yeah.
And they already had lost like 3 or 4. Like 3. I mean, how many losses did they have?
They was 4. They was 5-4.
So they had already lost 4 AFC games.
Yeah, but if they would have beat the Ravens would have been 3 losses. They'd have been 1 game behind.
Yeah, but it would have been really tough because they would have lost tiebreakers.
Yeah.
Because they already have 4 AFC losses.
Yeah, but then you got Deshaun out for the season. The winner in all this is Mike Thomas.
Yeah, Mike Thomas, he
the winner in all that because now
he could definitely win his division. He's already. I think they've already beat the Ravens.
Yeah. So right now you're gonna face 2 of the teams down the stretch without their starting quarterback with Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So that helps them.
But I mean, yeah, it helped them. Good. But I'm like, on the flip side though, oh boy, he played good at the right time. He be sticking it up to that 4.
Yeah,
Pickett?
Pickett, but they winning.
That was that. He's sticking up all the way to that 4.
Yeah.
Found a way.
Yeah. So now you ain't gonna have to deal with Joe Burrow, Deshaun coming down the stretch.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for Mike T. It's a win-win for him.
Well, if he wins tomorrow, it's a win-win. Now, if they go in there and lose Cleveland tomorrow, then but you still got a chance. You only got 4 losses.
Mm-hmm.
You still got a chance.
You might get 3 people. You might get 2 teams out that division.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. They may get 3.
Might get 3, but I don't know how Cleveland gonna respond without Deshaun. But for sure, you're gonna get 2 teams out that division.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting how it pans out. I mean, I wonder how severe the injury is to would it hammer anything in the future, right?
I hope not.
That's something they may have to start thinking about as well. But you're right. He was looking good.
He was slinging that thing.
I know who's not looking good. That's the Buffalo Bills. So let's talk about that, man. Key, what's your thoughts on what you see with the Buffalo Bills offense?
Man, it's just I think by them not having a running game or don't even try to run the ball, you make Josh Allen have to do too much. And when he do too much, he become a turnover guy. And I just think they got to find a way, man, to get balance, to not make him throw every down the field. Like he got to hit every big play. Because the dude is a talented quarterback, man. It's just the turnovers. And I think if you can get a balanced running game and don't allow him to feel like he got to make every play, I think that would make his play. Because right now, man, you got a frustrated receiver in, what's my man name? Diggs. You know what I mean? Everybody feel like, just 3 years ago, you guys was 3 or 4 years ago, you guys was the team for the future to compete with Buffalo. Let me say with Kansas City. And right now, man, it's kind of seeming like the window is starting to close. Mm-hmm. So, we're going to see if it was a good move to fire the coach. But to me, they got to find a running game. They got to find a balanced offense where they can try to help this guy where he don't lose his confidence and, and keep on not believing in himself for talent. So, I just think they got to get balance on offense. And right now, man, it ain't looking good in Buffalo. If you're a Buffalo fan, man, you're like, man, what happened? We thought this was, we was going to be a contender for the next at least 5, 6, 7 years. So quickly how things can turn in the NFL. Well, they say you got to take advantage of when you're there. So, but yeah, I just think, man, they got to find an offensive coordinator. And when they let old boy go, man, I think that hurt him. When the offensive coordinator, what was his name they had? Dabo. Yeah, he was playing his best ball. He was playing his best ball under him. So they just got to find a way to get balance, man, and run the football.
I don't agree with the Dorsey firing because Dorsey ain't throwing the football, right? Like Josh Allen has to realize, and then Brett Favre was the same way. Strong arm, I can force it in there. And he's just making those bad mistakes hurting his team, especially in the red zone. Like the last 2 years, bro, the red zone turnovers have been killing them. Can they run the ball more? I think they run it decently enough, plus with Josh Allen runs the ball. But firing Ken Dorsey is not the answer. Because just a couple years ago, with him and Dabo, helped develop Josh Allen. And when they rolling and when Steph Diggs going off, nobody's saying, well, Dorsey ain't running the ball. Dorsey's a bad OC. It's Josh Allen. Josh Allen has to realize you can't force every pass in there just because you got a strong arm. Take the check down, right? Like, they got to find better ways to get Stephon Diggs the ball a little bit more. But firing Dorsey definitely not the answer. It's Josh Allen. Josh Allen can't keep turning the ball and forcing these passes because he might be feeling he can fit it in there. And I think that's their biggest problem. It's Josh Allen. It's not even the coach. It ain't even missing Brian Dable. It starts with Josh Allen. He has the football, and it's on him at the end of the day. Will the running game help? Yes, but it's on Josh Allen at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ray. This dude is turning the ball over. And then, we get on Dak, and a lot of people get on Dak by him turning the ball over, throwing picks. Josh Allen would damn near set the record. He set the record for most picks for a certain length of time. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he got to do better. And I think another thing, too, Diggs is not getting the ball enough. I mean, I think that's an issue. But also, Gabriel, who played well the last time when they made it to the championship game against Kansas City, he's falling off because he called a couple of picks this past week when Josh Allen turned the ball over, and I think he done lost his confidence. I think that whole offense itself has lost confidence, and I think they gonna, like I said, they got to find a running game. I think they got a decent enough running game, but I think they got to get more out of Cook. They got to get more out of Latavius Murray to prevent, Josh Allen from competing. Having to throw the ball a lot to where he does turn the ball over. And they got to get their offensive line. Somebody got to do something better. Brian Dorsey, that's not going to change Josh Allen from throwing picks. Because I do think, they had a good enough offense. He was calling great plays. I just think Josh Allen is reading things wrong, and he's just not performing like he should. And I agree with Key. The window is closing.
Yeah.
And the window is closing fast on that. Real fast.
We're going to see what Joe Brady do. That's key guy.
That's what they picked up for the OC?
He been there.
Oh, he been there? So he going to step up as the new OC?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I think they're still stuck in that game. We're still living off the game they had with Kansas City where he scored that touchdown, those 2 touchdowns, or scored that touchdown with 12 seconds left. And only they ever got over it. I mean, I think they stepped away from the D coordinator, Leslie Frazier,
yeah.
right? They moved on from him, then they moved on with the OC. And things just never, manifest. And it's kind of tough to see. He does make bad decisions. But overall, he does have a strong arm. He is a fairly decent quarterback. But maybe he's just not a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Everybody think he is. Maybe he is, just that maybe this is not what he is. And, they're going to have to live with that. They got him enough talent. So he should be able to do, good things, but he's just making a lot of bad decisions. But that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't if whether he made bad decisions or not. If the guy got fired because he wasn't putting up, the stats like the was it Brian Dable was doing, then it is what it is. You get fired. People get fired all the time, whether it is warranted or not. So. What do you do? I don't know. And the offense not looking that good. He got fired for it. Yeah. Responsibility falls on him.
Yeah, you can't get rid of players all the time, so you got to get rid of somebody.
Moving on. So let's talk about Bill Belichick. So, do you think Bill Belichick's coming back after this season, right? Jonathan, the question falls on you first. What do you think, man? You think Bill's coming back?
You got you your Super Bowls, coached a long time. What else you got to prove? Mac Jones is shooting bad. The team can't get out of their own way. You don't have nobody to move the offense forward. You got a good, decent running game, but you don't have nothing else. I mean, the defense normally be good, but they done fallen off a little bit. I mean, they try to keep you in game, but when the offense don't put up no points, I mean, it goes bad for them. So I just think Bill just needs to shut it down. I mean, you got a legendary career. Just right off into the sunset. Become a sportscaster or whatever, but right off into the sunset.
Bill Belichick as a sportscaster?
No.
That's no personality.
No personality.
Move to somebody else, please. Like, Keon, you're up next.
That'll be funny seeing Bill up on TV
I never heard anybody say
try to
that,
talk to the
man.
media.
Come on, man.
Oh,
No, he done. Dog.
Move on
Oh,
to Keon. Go ahead, man.
So my thing is, I think he should go away. But if he do want to come back, you make him want to go away. If I'm the owner, I say, look, I'm taking your GM stripes away. Yeah, you can be the coach, but we're gonna find somebody to make all the personnel decision. You know what I'm saying? If he want to come back 1 year, and then we're like, this last year gonna be, you know what I'm saying, a grading year. Just so much you done did for my franchise and took it for the Succaneers to the Patriots back in the day. They was horrible. So he took them to like a $1 billion franchise. It was him.
Yeah.
And of course Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
So you owe him, if you want to come back. But when you coming back, you're not making no decisions. You're not bringing in, you're not drafting players. I'm gonna go find a GM. I want you to just worry about defense and be the head coach. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want to do that, then I'm gonna have to let you go. And so that will be my conversation if I'm Kraft, coming to him at the end of the season. Now, I respect what you done did for my franchise. I respect, you know what I'm saying, the money you done made me, but I got to take some of this power away from you. I'm gonna have to go get a GM if you want to come back. But if you don't want that now, I understand, and we can just go ahead and let you go.
It's time, bro. Like, you got to make those tough decisions. There's no growth in their team over the last 4 years since Brady left. Like, the defense is not as good as it used to be. You changing different coordinators. 1 year you didn't have no OC. It's just a bad personnel decision that Bill is making, not even just from a per player standpoint, but from a coaching standpoint. Like, no growth in Matt Jones. He didn't have new OC every single year that he's been there. You wonder why he's struggling. So if I'm Robert Kraft, thank you for everything you've done for us. You're going down as a Patriot great, but it's time to move on and change the culture up in New England, because they have one of the passionate fan base in all of football. And nothing's going to change if Bill comes back next season and don't have the GM duties. The same is the same. You don't have a quarterback, right? You have these journeyman wide receivers. Your defense ain't great as it used to be, especially in the secondary. That's Bill's baby. And I just don't see it. Like, you got to change. Like, if you don't start, it's going to be the same thing next year. And then you waiting on Bill to retire. He's not trying to retire no time soon. So if I'm Robert Kraft, thank you for everything you've done, but this is your last year.
But Bill chose all those players and offensive coordinators and not even having an offensive coordinator, having two defensive coordinators as an offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you know what I'm saying? Those, like Matt Jones played good his first year. You know what I'm saying? He was decent. He wasn't horrible like he is now. But once you bring in Matt Patricia and all these other guys, that's on you on making a GM thing. But I'm not mad either way they want to go. But if you do want to come back, I will be like, I'm stripping you from those duties.
But the head coach gonna have coaches' personnel decisions.
I'm talking about you're not drafting nobody from.
I get it, but you still gonna have to make the same coaching decisions. Whether it's the OC with Bill O'Brien or his son is the DC, it's just too much going on in New England. And if I'm Robert Kraft to get my franchise back and get a hold of it, he's going to have to make that hard decision. It's time. Bill is damn near 70. It's time, bro. If I'm him, I'm moving on.
I think there's a big difference between moving on and accepting the fact that that under your reign, the team is just getting worse and worse. I think this is an opportunity for him to kind of go out on his own merit. But I'm like Keon. I think he should get I think he should have the opportunity to do it on his own, circumstances. If it's just to a point where it collapses and he loses the locker room, then you gotta let him go. He can't lose the locker room. Yeah, that's the difference. He can't use the locker room. If he loses the locker room, then you may have to let him go. You have to treat him like anybody else. But if he cannot lose the locker room, if he could just keep these guys playing competitive football, maybe just a play or two away, good decision here, good decision there, and get back into the swing of things, it may work out for you. And he may be able to stay and maybe change the tide a little bit. It could be a quarterback, could be, receiver way, it could be just the staff way. I really don't know what's going to help them solve this issue. But if I'm him, he should have the opportunity because he did change the Patriots from where they were, years ago to they are today. He did make them, the Patriot way something real.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that. That was on him. So you can't really take that away from him at all. So she should be able to have the opportunity to go out. And if he wants to go do something else, don't go do something else. Now, I don't know if he wants to be a sportscaster.
It would be funny.
But he should have the opportunity to go somewhere else. All right, before we get out of here, before we do NFL pickles and then get out of here, quick discussion though, right? D, I want you to start us off again. What's your thoughts on what's going on in Colorado, man? It seems like a lot of imploding going on. They already had changed the coaching staff. They already had made changes to the coaching staff, the offensive coordinator. They've made some abrupt changes. What do you think is going on down there over there in Boulder, Colorado, man? And Deion and on this 5-game losing streak he's having.
Losing to make things go bad, bro. And I think they became a victim of their own success. You had early success, and everybody jumped on the bandwagon. He going undefeated, he doing this, and the team is doing that. And when they got exposed, now it's like they can't handle it. Like they couldn't handle the success, and they went against teams who knew how to beat them and schemed them up. It went bad for them, and it's going bad. I mean, when you lose it, and you're losing consecutive games, and the games are not even close, then that becomes a problem. So he's gonna have to dig deep. His people around him will have to dig deep to figure this thing out. Because guess what? It was good this year, but next year, if you got the same issues, now it becomes a bigger problem. Because they looking at that like, hell, I'm gonna pay you this money. You say you can get these people in here, and we still getting the beat down. You can't have that too much. Because now you're going in a different conference, which is the Big 12, and I mean, they got a better chance of winning over there because ain't too many teams, as tough, in the Big 12 like it is now with Oklahoma and Texas leaving. So, you're going to have the Baylors, the BYUs, the Houstons, who just went over there, Arizona State. So, you still got to play some of the teams, but you might have a chance of winning, a couple of those games, but losing is a bad thing, bro. And when you lose it, everything comes down on you. You as the head coach. So he got to figure it out. So we can figure out what kind of coach he is now with the losing.
Yeah, it's one thing to get beat, but they getting their ass whooped. Like, dominated. Like, it's clear the talent level was just not there. They caught everybody by surprise early in the season, first couple games. They riding high, but man, how fast they done fell off. Like, it's almost embarrassing that they keep rolling out there, and Travis Hunter still playing both ways, and it's just sad, man. But where all these high priced celebrities and Deion this and Deion that, boy, you hearing crickets. But at the end of the day, bro, you can't get too caught up in the first couple games in the college football because things change a lot. And then they kind of got caught with Arizona being good this year, Oregon State being good this year. It's a lot more teams in the Pac-12 that's better this year than it was in the past. And it's unfortunate. If I'm Prime, bro, I'm shutting Shador down. I'm shutting Travis Hunter down. I'm not letting him play the last game or so.
Why?
For what, bro? Why keep letting them take the continued pounding? Travis almost hurt his leg last night.
So the other players going to take the pounding? Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, bro, you always... When you in coaching, you gonna give your stars more leeway. You'll give them more rest. They get more leash than anybody else. Like,
what
that's just how it is.
What are you talking about?
No, when you're a star, you might not practice. You might not do this. They're gonna give you that. So if I say, Shador, you're not playing the last game, nobody's gonna have a poem about it on that team. Nobody's gonna don't say nothing. Travis Hunter, you're going to sit to the last game. Nobody's going to complain about
college.
it.
This ain't pros.
It doesn't matter.
They don't do this in college.
It doesn't matter.
No,
Nobody's going to complain about
it. They don't do that. Yes, they do.
Who's going to complain?
And some kid already said something about the fact they're being selfish out there. He already put
It might be being selfish, but if you want to sit your star players, I don't think nobody.
For what? What is it? So he don't play the last game. What's that going to save him?
It ain't going to save nothing, but I mean, he took a pounding last night. Again.
No, hey, why don't you go get better players to block him?
We hope, but everybody keeps saying Prime gonna give him time. Ain't nothing guaranteed in college football. You can have you can have the best college class come in. That don't mean they're gonna gel. That don't mean they're gonna have the cohesiveness, right? They may not be coached up and receptive of the coaching. So nothing's guaranteed in the future that Prime's gonna turn this around. And then, like I say, you're in Boulder, bro. Who's going to Boulder? Not too many. You already had decommitting already.
Man,
so who's going to see?
You're saying two different things.
I know. I'm just talking in general about their program, but that's my take on it. I would sit them the last 2 games with me.
Give me your thoughts, bro.
Man, I just think to me, they started off so hot, but going in the season, we all gave them 5 to 6 games. And I thought a couple of games, they could have got the 6 wins. They let a couple of games win early. And then, once you're winning, people wasn't sleeping on them no more. People come in there prepared. People know that you send a couple of blitzes, the old line ain't picking it up. And that's how they stagger their offense. Because every game they was winning, it was a shootout. And so once people figure out how to slow their offense down about getting pressure on Shador, and because they never was winning with their defense. It was when they was winning, it was 40-some points, 30-some points. So the difference beyond these last games, they really scoring like 7 points, 14 points. And that's the difference right now. So at the end of the day, it still was, to me, a successful season. Going from 1 game to 4 in your first year. The year is going to be next year. What can he get in there to beef up his O-line and D-line? To get it to the talented players he has. And that was the different issue why they're getting blown out is because they can't block nobody and everybody know that. And the games they was winning early. Every game they won early was probably overtime or they had the ball the last of the drive. Now, how many points they had last night? 14. And that's been the difference. And so he gonna have a long roll in his hands, recruiting, trying to get people up front to block because in football, no level you play on, you got to have an O-line and a D-line. You can have you can have the receivers, you can have a running back, you can have a quarterback, and you ain't got them big fellas up front, and it ain't gonna work out for you. So, this is a trial year, and you know what I'm saying. It's definitely bad right now, and it should humble. A lot of the staff, the players, everybody got to get better. Everybody go out there and got to recruit. And we'll just see what he bring in for next year.
So you said it's a successful season to go from 1 win
to 4. Yes. And so you can build off that. Okay, we got 4 this year. Let's try to win 4 more games next year. You know what I'm saying? Push that to 9 or 10. But
okay. Mel Tucker was the Colorado coach, I think 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4. He won 5 his first season. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, since Deion took over, like you coming over where you're trying to get rid all those players, bring in some players, new players. So you know what I'm saying. He got.
Do you think Shador should come back?
I think so. Because
after watching the way he getting the pounding that he getting, but with no guarantee that O-line's gonna be better.
But it's got to be Deion. Got to make that happen. If Deion say who he is, you know what I'm saying. He that guy that can go and recruit that's what these big time coaches do. The Nick Sabans, the Georgia's coaches, the LSU coaches, they go get the players. Deion want to be one of those. He got to go in them houses and go get those players to change the program. And that's because in college, it's on you. And it ain't on the GM to go do it. It's on you to go get them. So if he want to be one of those guys, he got to go make it happen for his son. He going to have to go out there and get them.
Now, let's reverse it. If you Shador, should you come back? If you're Shador Sanders making that decision, should you come back to play? I would. When me saying they should come back, I wouldn't be mad at him. But if I'm Shador, I would have a talk and see where I'm at in the conversation of being drafted. I would do my due diligence. I would say, okay, let me go look and see, maybe projecting me to go here. And if you okay going to here, this team, then I definitely have my options open. But I wouldn't be mad either way. But I would definitely look and say, okay, let me do my homework before I make the decision of coming back. Like, I ain't just looking at
I'm just looking at my dad, coming back to help my dad. I'm looking at the best situation for me.
Yeah. Don, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you what you said last week, man. I'm up out of there. Man, that boy taking pound. For real, you gotta find your new quarterback. Because like we always say, football year to year. Who would say they don't need it the same way next year? So now what? You know what I'm saying? You could have been getting developed and on an NFL team and making your own money and going out the door.
But you can take a pound in the NFL.
Yeah, but that's your goal.
But I'm just saying though, but that's why I say look at seeing what situation is better. If you go into a good situation, you might go to a team. Say you go to a team that got a good old line, you mid draft, this is where they project you going. You might be like, look, I need to go here. I know I'm in a good situation. They already ready. That's what I'm saying. Look and see.
Let me ask you a question, and this is another question that goes around the table again, right? Is anything that you've seen on this 4-6 team that's telling you they're gonna go and compete for a national championship next year?
It's year to year, and I wouldn't say right now. No,
Not in college. College is not year to year. Normally, it takes about 3 to 4 years for you to build a program so you can win a national championship.
I would say this: he only a few pieces away where he can be competitive every night, and there's on the O line and D line. I feel.
What game did you watch that shows you he can be competitive every night?
But I'm just saying O line. I feel like if he can get the O line taken care of and get his son opportunity to hold a ball a minute, he can pick any defensive
How
part.
long he held the ball a minute almost every game.
But I'm talking about.
That's why he got his head knocked
I'm talking about
Yeah.
not running for his life. I'm talking about where he can go to one option, to two option, to three option. I feel like they can put up points on anybody.
We just talked about firing coaches, right? And they demoted their OC. As you watch them play, is there anything that you see that say why he should have been demoted?
Nah, because people do stuff to do stuff, but nah, your line bad. It ain't got nothing to do with coaching. You know what I'm saying?
They moving the ball when they was moving. It's just
Yeah.
like you said, they just don't have the talent.
Yeah, I don't care. You can have the greatest coach. If you ain't got talent, it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? I don't care who the coach.
Yeah.
So,
If I'm Shador, I'm going. It's not a conversation to be had. There's no guarantee the O-line's going to get better. There's no guarantee if he's going to be able to pull in the athletes if you think he can, whether it's by portal or by just recruiting. I mean, this isn't Jackson State. The sell point can be sold everywhere. You have other teams. Now, he's fortunate. There's teams leaving the Pac-12, and he's leaving too, but he's fortunate because you got teams like Oregon. I think Oregon's eventually going to the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. USC, UCLA both are going to the Big Ten. They're going to the Big 12. Oklahoma and Texas are leaving the Big 12. Mm-hmm. So he has opportunities to compete against an organization that doesn't have the same, I would say, I won't say glitz or glam, but have the same cachet that he does, the other coaches. But it's going to be tough. So if I'm Shador, there's just no guarantee that he cannot get hurt. He can get hurt. The kid Travis Hunter caught an amazing. First of all, he's doing Travis Hunter no justice. The kid, this kid needs to go. He needs to transfer. Because why do you keep playing this kid both sides of the ball, and you know good and well his body is not taking well to it? It's not. That's why when he went and caught that pass, that was a great grab, great pass. That's wear and tear. He landed awkward, and he had to get up and hop off his leg. Like, come on, man. At some point, you can't play this kid like that.
He ain't even big like that.
Like, you're playing this kid too much. Mm-hmm. Right? So, because you don't have the talent. That's why you have to play him like this. You don't have the talent around you. So at this point, man, it's got to be moved. It's got to move on. So if I'm him, man, I'm thinking like, bro, you went somewhere else where you could have you still could play offense and defense, but it would be not as every down, every play, all the snaps. Mm-hmm. Man, like, I understand you're a competitor, but if I'm playing every snap and we get beat 56-14,
wow.
And I just watched the backup quarterback get the ball knocked down, he caught it, and then he turned and tried to throw it again and threw a pick, I'm out of here. Like, I'm out of here, bro. Like, it's no sell point to it. I get it. I get about loyalty, but he was gonna be a first round draft pick if he would stay at Jackson State.
Thanks.
So it really didn't make any sense, man.
But
All right.
he might like college. You know what I mean?
Shit.
A lot of quarterbacks come back.
Man, no.
I
Oh, you
mean-
talking about Shador?
Yeah, he might like college life.
Anybody try to hear all that?
But I'm saying a lot of quarterbacks come back.
He might.
It might not just be his dad one. He might just like being a college kid right now.
He might.
But they do. They just drafted a great quarterback. I mean, not drafted, but signed a great quarterback.
They
25 though.
Yeah, huh?
That's 25.
Yeah, they ain't
Yeah.
signed him.
He ain't got nothing.
They ain't
24.
signed him. You can't sign him yet.
Well, I'm saying he committed. He committed.
Man,
Yeah.
and then these kids committing 2 years
Yeah.
early, man. That missed me with that, bro. These
Yeah,
kids,
There's no guarantee of that.
yeah, these kids change their mind so much. Like until you on the dotted line, like bro, signing and committing in 25 and 26, man, miss me with all that, man.
Also, before we go to NFL pick'ems, let's talk a little bit about Michigan football. What's your thoughts on the Jim Harbaugh being suspended for 3 games?
I thought we talked about it last week.
Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
last
They
week?
fired the coach this
I
time.
think they just fired the coach though.
The linebacker coach. Somebody got to take the fall.
They fired the coach in there, and I think they're saying he may get suspended for next year too.
I mean, all that's a slap on the wrist. If the NCAA truly wanted to make a statement, or the Big Ten wanted to make a statement, suspend Harbaugh for the rest of the season and make Michigan ineligible for the college
Yeah,
playoff.
that we said last week.
That's how you make the statement, not just we're gonna fire the linebacker coach. He was hiding stuff. Now this person's supposed to be whoever Uncle T is or whatever. It's just all band-aids at the end of the day. Because if Michigan gonna win out, they won in Maryland today. If they beat Ohio
They
State,
played well too.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like
Maryland should have got him though.
all this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They still gonna go to the college football playoffs if they win out.
Right.
They win, let's say they win a national title. Nobody cares no more.
Right.
Like just
may
you
go
want to make a
asterisk.
you want to put the and nobody
go
gonna care about the
asterisk.
Ain't
asterisk.
nobody gonna care. It's because it's just like New England when you had Spygate and
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Put the hammer down and
Yeah.
say they are ineligible because of the cheating scandal, sportsmanship, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
That's how you prove your point. But there's 3 games and 5-8, man, nothing. It's
Yeah,
just
because they win, ain't nobody gonna care. Just like Tom Brady now. Nobody even talk about Spygate or Deflategate. They just say the man got 7 rings.
right.
All right, well, let's move on. Let's do NFL pick'ems, man. Let me get up out of here.
For the Arvin Brothers NFL Pick'ems.
All right, you know what it is. We go around the round table. Everybody pick a team. We're starting with Keon. Today because D's on the phone. We'll start with D, and Keon next, Ray, and then I'll finish it up. So start off game of the week right here. Eagles versus Chiefs Monday Night Football.
Whew.
D, go ahead, man. What's your pick?
See, baby.
Who?
KC.
KC? Okay.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
I'm going how they say it in Brotherly Love. EAGLES Eagles.
Yeah, I like Philly to win this game, man. Too much AJ Brown, man. I think Smitty gonna have a big game. He's been kind of that missing receiver this year because AJ Brown been going off. I think Smitty gonna have a big game today. Tomorrow.
I like the Eagles too. I think the Chiefs. This is gonna be a very competitive game, but I like the Eagles in the
Good one.
Raiders versus Dolphins. D, who you got?
Dolphins.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins.
Yeah, too much cheetah.
Yeah, I go Dolphins as well. Chiefs versus Packers. Who you got? Chargers versus Packers. Who you got?
Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers.
I got the Packers winning, bro. Chargers gonna lay an egg on the road.
I got the
Box.
Chargers, man. There's something wrong with the Packers, and it is. It's called the quarterback.
Like Jordan Love.
Moving on. Jets versus Bills. Who you got, D?
Bills.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills in a tough one, but I'm gonna go Bills.
I think the Buffalo gonna put up 30 on these boys.
30? On
I
that
don't know, man.
defense?
This is a close game. Normally the Jets got their numbers, so I'm gonna go with the Jets with this one. They've been doing a pretty good job with on Allen. He just feels like he played Josh Allen. The struggles with that defensive concept. I got the Jets in a very close field goal type of game. All right, man. That's it.
No, you think? Hold on, real quick. You think so? Green Bay having struggled with Jordan Love. You think they're re-signing?
I thought they already extended him, right? I thought they did.
He picked up his 5th year.
Yeah, I think they are. I thought they already extended him, but I think they're going to be looking for a quarterback in the draft, and if that's why it would even behoove Shador even more to go ahead and think about moving on, because of the fact that they have an opportunity to maybe pay for organizations like the Packers, or some of those organizations where he'll already come in a situation where the weapons are there. They just need a quarterback.
Yeah.
And man, this draft,
They're loaded with quarterbacks.
bruh. Somebody was telling me, a dude was telling me, this probably the loadest draft with quarterbacks probably since Dan Marino class.
Yeah, they got some good ones. But we gonna see.
We'll see, man. All right, man. Well, that's it for today. Let's get our final thoughts when we get out of here. D, give me your final thoughts, man.
Yeah, D gone. He must.
Yeah, that's good because I'm got tired of hearing you do all that stuff in the background. All right, Key, man. Give me your final thoughts when we get out of here.
Another great show. Again, thanks for the support. And another great show, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Man, another great show, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody's family. Thanks for the support, man. We're going to finish the year with a bang. And, happy Thanksgiving, man. Eat all that turkey and food.
Yeah, likewise, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourselves and be safe out here in these streets.
Yes, sir.
Man, what was wrong? Oh, boy came back quick as shit, bro.
Oh, yeah, that scalp was
Man, boy came back quick, bro.
like two ahead.